Hi, I'm Georgiana at holisticlifehub. Today's episode is about karmic astrology. Astrologers have assigned the four elements of water, fire, earth, air to characterize the zodiac. It is not by chance, it is typical of the vision of the cosmic world. These zodiacal groupings are earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Due to the creation of determining forces formerly induced by us in our past, our present destiny has retained a cycle that is characterized by the dominance of the planet. We choose to reincarnate in our body, and our past lives are crucial for our choice. On the other hand, we can also be accordingly rewarded. For example, possessing physical beauty or being very harmoniously developed is often a gift that is deservedly granted by our karma. It has been seen that it was achieved through a lot of training during a lot of lives, so that we now can be unselfish, generous, and so on. The choice to be born with the sun in one of others or another zodiacal sign, it is due to a profound karmic tendency, closely bound with the life lessons we have. The earth signs of the zodiac are fully enrolled in the earthly drama. These natives totally involve themselves in the experience and act with all the strength with which they are endowed. They have been born in earth sign because they have neglected the spiritual aspects of their evolution, or they acted in a superficial way. The Taurus natives have learned much about love in their past lives. Now they must seek to learn how to best express this feeling by overcoming the obstacle of possessiveness. They must confront sentimental deception, avoid confronting themselves through physical satisfaction. Instead of looking for material assurance and well-being at any price, it is advisable for them to develop total self-confidence in their destiny. The Virgo natives definitely have an experience of egoism in their background. For this reason, they need to awaken and develop qualities like abnegation, discipline, selfless service towards others. Nurturing the capability of analysis and the power of discrimination will allow them to better understand their life and also avoid making mistakes. The Capricorn natives involved much of themselves in satisfying personal ambition in past lives. They are excessively preoccupied with the material sphere, so they need to commit their ambition to the surface of humanity instead. And they can do this as selfless service also for others. The water signs interact with others in a deeply emotional way, having deeply emotional contacts. It indicates their challenge is to develop themselves at the emotional level and to learn to control perfectly their emotions. The Cancer, being under the influence of the moon, these natives are attached to the past, preoccupied with things they already know. They have a profound desire to explore the nature of family relationships, to meditate on the origin and to develop sensibility. They are very maternal, but they need to get rid of possessiveness because they have a big heart to hold the entire humanity. Pisces seem to be loaded with troublesome karmic duties, and they are having generally a difficult life. Some people born in this sign are at the end of an evolutionary cycle and they must fulfill their mission in a conscious way. With this awareness, they must transform into an efficient instrument for spiritual evolution. Therefore, they consciously accepted trials or kind of restrictions. It can be experienced in family separation, being caught in rigid professional environments, suffering in silence from diseases. No matter what, harmonizing of their destiny will be achieved through positive thinking or through compassion for those who suffer. The Scorpio. These natives have reached a critical point of their karmic path. In the past, sometimes they abused their great power over others. And now often they are in a crisis kept somehow in between contradictory tendencies. Being very courageous, they are endowed with an excellent subconscious memory. They need to discover their mission in life, to show others that they can completely transform themselves in this present life from the most ferocious materialism to evolved spirituality. The fire signs, they have a karma of development. This shows that these beings did not develop sufficiently their personality in past lives, and this is their challenge. Therefore, it is necessary for them to manifest their potential to develop. They interact and establish contacts with others. They need to do it in a very confident way and to learn the virtues of dialogue. The Aries natives are looking for autonomy, aim to develop the spirit of courage and decisiveness. They have acquired the necessary energy of impetus, enthusiasm through numerous acts of courage in past lives. And now they have to fight with lucidity and detachment against this inclination of impetus and direct their tremendous energy into beneficial directions. The Leo natives have developed a very strong ego during past lives, having high positions in political or artistic arena. They now have to develop their creativity. For true progress in this incarnation, they must learn to exercise that power in a positive direction, protectively, being generous, altruist, especially towards those who depend on them. The natives of Sagittarius often explore spiritual heights and want to spread joy around themselves. Generally, they tend to live without limits and probably will have an agitated existence like great soldiers of fortune. In this life, they have to learn to perfectly control thoughts and words so they do not hurt others. The air signs are intimately related to the mind. Having an agile, independent, often versatile intelligence, like the wind, mostly animates those natives. It is an excellent school chosen by the souls seeking to develop their mental activities, mostly neglected in past lives. Some natives escape to this area to avoid responsibility, which is the typical weakness of air signs. They don't like to openly face life as do fire signs, for example. And also they disregard social contracts like, for example, marriage. The Gemini natives considerably developed their mental qualities in the past. Presently, they are seeking improvement in this area. Their great mental capabilities allow them to have multiple interests simultaneously in different fields, and they will need to refrain to deal with everything at the same time. Libra, they aim to regain a state of harmony, social justice, allowing themselves to truly manifest. They need to make some effort to assure a happy marriage as a loving and intimate couple. This is why they work on creating as many harmonious friendships as possible. Instead of trying to change their lover, it's much better to accept and love the other one as they are. Their necessary approach is to transfigure those they love, to respect differences between people. And the last one, Aquarius. They lived in a historical times where liberty, fraternity were wisely valued. Their concept of love is almost always ahead of time. However, they often forget those closest to them. Therefore, their lesson for this life is to learn that a group first starts with two people, with their couple relationships or friendship relationships. So no matter which zodiacal sign we are, we have chosen to be born in a certain zodiacal sign, having certain life lessons we want to acquire, having also some mistakes we did in the previous lives that we want now to repair, to fix, to learn from them so that we will not make the same mistakes again. And nevertheless, no matter which zodiacal sign we are, no matter if we are a earth sign, which is quite materialistic, a water sign, which is very emotional, a fire sign, which is extremely forceful, fiery, having a lot of impetus, enthusiasm, and courage, or air signs, which are usually oriented a little bit more mentally or intellectually, we have chosen ourselves which path we want to go in this life, so that we can develop ourselves spiritually as much as possible, so that we can attain the optimal level of spiritual transformation. And also, we can learn a lot from the other zodiacal signs, from the other 11 zodiacal signs, because they all have a life lesson they need to learn themselves, but they also have a very special love lesson that they can offer to the other signs. So no matter which is the situation, we can always learn from each other, and we can always learn from our own life. I hope that these very short notions gave you a short insight into the world of karmic astrology. And if you are interested in learning more about these zodiacal signs, on holisticlifehub.com in the members hub, you will have a presentation of each zodiacal sign in detail, with all the flaws, the qualities, the life lessons that we need to learn. I wish you a meaningful day. Bye so far.